guys, it's me, Vidivedi, and you are listening to Extended Reality Developers of India community. And today we have a special guest from France joining us, Clavier. Maud, so now you are live.
Hello, how
Hi,
are
Maud.
you?
Yeah, I'm good. And Maud is a movie maker. Maud is a film producer, director, creative director, and the specialty is that Maud makes 360 movies. So Maud, let's introduce you and let's talk about some of your work.
Okay, so basically my name is Clavier. I started 360 Films in 2015 because I created my company and I decided with my associate to make a 360 film just like that. But we loved it so much that we kept on doing this for years, for like 3 years. And then I decided to quit the company because it was too much work, like with administration and so on, keeping me away from the creative side. So a year and a half ago, I decided to be a freelancer and a 360 movie director. Since then, I have made a film called Filamu.
Okay, Maud. We definitely see a lot of area in this 360 films. I mean, making a film is the hard part, but making a 360-degree film, it's a lot more harder because when we talk about a movie, we are talking about this frame to here. Only this part is covered, but now there is no background, there is no behind the scenes. So, how do you tackle such situation, and what are the challenges of 360 movies?
Basically, I would compare it to drama staging, theater, because when you are making a theater piece, you think a lot about the rhythm of your actors, their movement, that the movement are making sense. And to me, in 360, to direct like the viewer's look if you need to, because sometimes you just don't want to direct the look. You want them to look everywhere around without missing the story with voiceover, for example. That's what I'm doing in my film Filamu. But in other work, you can direct the viewer's look by making sounds. Like if a character is talking to you and you hear him from behind, you want to look behind yourself. You have to stage the actors so that the movements are fluid and nicely done. So it's all a new way of directing people and a new rhythm, because you cannot cut every 3 seconds, because if you do that, you feel sick. So you have to make way longer staging. That's why it's kind of between cinema and drama staging for 360 films, I would say. But it's it's a totally new challenges. Even technically, you cannot put the spot on stage. You cannot put a technical team on stage. You have to prepare everything, to prepare the actors and to train like 1, 2, 3, like in drama staging. And then you go away and your actors are doing the job. So it's kind of very interesting.
So, I watched some of the scenes of Filamu, and I was like, where are the director? Where are the crew? Because the scene was everywhere. So this is the 360 movie. So let's talk about some of the details that what comes in 360 movie and what is not a 360 movie. Let's talk what is a 360 movie.
Basically, a 360 movie is when you shot with a camera with several lenses, and you can get the picture of all what is surrounding the camera. So to watch a 360 film, you can put it on your phone and just turn your phone around you, and it will follow up as if you were in the space yourself. But the best is to watch it through a VR headset. When you have the headset on your head, you just turn your head around and you feel like you were in the scene that was shot for it. That's basically the difference. And because you have a VR headset in your head, you cannot be very fast, as I was saying. Like you cannot do 3 seconds view, because you need to have time to just feel the environment, to know where you are, to know who you are, because it's important also to place the user to see if the user has a body, has an importance in the story, or if the viewer is nobody. You have several choices, but you need time just to look around and see what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And let's talk about the attention span. So usually when we make games, and in games we have a concept that when there are hundreds of things on the screen, we need to imagine that what part user must be looking at, and we focus on that part particularly. So this is in called attention span. So what how do you manage the attention span in 360? Because user could be watching anywhere in the whole frame, which is all around him. So how do you manage that?
Basically, you have several tips, but I'm going to talk about gaming, as you just mentioned. I
Yeah.
played with PlayStation VR a game called Blood and Truth. It's like a shooter game in VR and more like a James Bond-like game. And when you arrive, you have a path with different goal. Like you clearly see in front of you that your goal is to kill that man, and this one. And if you don't, they will kill you and you will lose. So you have basically a few seconds to look around you to know where your action is going, and then you are completely immersed in the game. You can move with your trigger to go from one spot to another, then to hide and kill the people. And the game is really well done, so you never have the sensation of being lost because you have many goals on the way. What's complicated with 360 movie, you don't have this interactivity. Somehow, in some films you can have it, but in mine you don't. So what I planned to have, like the story going on, is to take simple shot of in Africa, just to film basic life, and to have voiceover of two Afro-American commenting the views. Like that,
Yeah.
wherever you look, you discover Africa, but you don't miss a part of the story because the story is told by the voiceover. So it really
Yes.
depends on which VR you make. But in all the VR games I've been testing, most of the time I wasn't lost, like, oh, what should I do now? I mean, it doesn't happen so often.
Wow. And let's talk about the Filamu, which the film you made. So Filamu talks about Africans, but it talks from the perspective of Americans. So where did you came with the idea, and what the film actually suggests people? What kind of message it gives? Let's talk about that.
Basically, myself, I'm uprooted because I grew up in Africa, in Qatar, in Gabon. I mean, I have a very particular life. So I never felt like 100% French. I felt like I'm kind of African a bit, Australian a bit, and so on. And I always have the feeling that people don't understand when you're uprooted. For example, Afro-Americans, they are black people living in America. They feel Americans, but they are still seen as not Americans by their country. It's the same for the Chinese people in Canada, for example. People see them as Chinese, but sometimes they are immigrants from the fourth generation. So basically, my goal through Filamu was an acceptance movie because the tone is very light. Like there's a sense of humor. There's different layers. So the first layer is to understand better Africa the way I see it, because I made pictures of Tanzania, which are not like wildlife or a beautiful landscape. It's just the everyday life, things you will see wherever you walk through Africa. And then through the voices of Afro-American, I make them have a reflection about them being black people. Are they concerned by Africa? I mean, are they not concerned? Do they feel more American, more African? Do they want to know about their roots and so on? But I kind of made a discussion between a male and a female going on through the movie. And the male at the beginning has a lot of cliche going on about Africa, like, oh, there's disease, there's famine. And the lady explains to him that no, Africa is such a rich continent with many other points of interest. And the guy is going through a reflection that in the end of the movie, he's like, okay, I understand better, like what Africa's like, kind of.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So it's a very fantastic movie, and everybody should see. At least those who actually have the virtual reality head game must see, because I saw that and it was humorous. It has so many flavors of creativity. And let's talk about people who wants to come in creativity. Let's talk about people who wants to get in film industry, because we have Mott Clever, who can talk about people who are in film industry and who wants to come in film industry. So what's your hack for such people who wants to do what you are doing?
Basically, I would suggest first, if you don't have a lot of money, just buy a small 360 camera. You have Samsung Gear. They cost like €100 or even less today. And I would suggest you make as many tests as you can. Even if you have a Samsung Gear and a Google Cardboard, you can make films, test them, try it to put them on your phone, then to watch it through the Google Cardboard and see what is working, what is not working, to think a bit about what topic you want to put on the table. And what's interesting with your podcast is that I wish more people from India, Africa, and many other places would make 360 movie to tell their story. I even wish to see a Bollywood movie once in 360. It would be amazing. So I think anyone should just try. You know how I grew up in VR is by watching movie. So on one side, you should watch as many movies as you can. And you have a platform called VR. You have many VR pieces on this one. And then you should try and see what's going on and how you like it. If you are more someone who wants to make documentary or fiction movies with actors, I mean, just try as much as you can.
Wow. So more and more people are making these kind of movies, 360 movies. So do you think these movies are the future of the industry? As you also said, India should make Bollywood movies in 360 degrees. And
Yeah,
so
I
is
think
it the
they
future of the cinema?
I don't think it's the future of cinema. I think it's a new medium. It's like when you used to have theater, drama, when cinema appears, yeah, there were less people in the cinemas and in the theater. But now they're going back to it because it's still a super great sensation to have the actors in front of you. So there's no competition. It's like a totally new way of telling stories, of promoting it, of promoting countries. It's just something new and more immersive, of course, but I don't think it will kill cinema because it's still a very great feeling to be with your friend in front of a TV and watch a show.
Exactly. So I would like to tell some of the viewers that what exactly 360. You can feel sound from all over the place. You can look at anywhere you want in a movie where you are restricted by what the actor wants to show you in a regular movie. So I definitely feel it's a future of cinema, and somewhere the traditional movies will definitely not end, but in somewhere 360 movies will take place in 5 to 10 years in India as well, I'm sure.
Mm.
And yeah, I will definitely do 360 degree of wedding photography in my wedding. That's for sure. And so let's talk about a very fun segment, which is called Mod's Challenge. And I'm going to challenge Mod to do an act because Mod is a very good actor as well. So let's challenge Mod to do an Bollywood act. Okay, Mod, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see. So, okay. So it's a very famous Indian dialogue where there's a cop. The cop is a good person, and there's a criminal, which is a bad person. Bad person was played by Amitabh Bachchan in this movie. Amitabh Bachchan. And Amitabh Bachchan says a long line. Let me say that. So, उफ ये तुम्हारे उसूल, ये तुम्हारे आदर्श, क्या रखा है तुम्हारे उसूलों में? तुम्हारे उसूलों को गूंद कर 2 वक्त की रोटी नहीं बनाई जा सकती। आज मेरे पास गाड़ी है, बंगला, बैंक बैलेंस है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? क्या है तुम्हारे पास?
मेरे
Mod?
पास माँ है।
Yes. मेरे पास माँ है. So thank you, Mod. It was perfect. It was because it's a very famous dialogue, and if you even if I remember, Will Smith also said the same dialogue when he came to India. So
Oh, cool.
we are really, yeah. We are really happy that you gave us your time. And
Thank you.
we are basically running a cause which is promoting extended reality, 360 degree movies, and all those kind of technologies in India. So thanks for giving us your time.
Thanks to you. And just one last word. My film Filamu was seen in a festival in India that is called Art House in Calcutta. And I think if you are
Yeah.
interested in the media, you should go to this festival or at least try to see as much movies as you can on the first sight.
Okay, yeah, we will definitely. Even I live in Kolkata, so I'll definitely go. And whoever lives in Kolkata must go, and people from all around the country could come and go. And if you don't have a virtual reality headset, you must watch Filamu. I'll post you the links of the movie, and you must watch Mutts Clavier's movie. And let's talk about what are the next projects you are planning. So, is there any next project?
Yeah, I'm working on something with the Chinese community of Vancouver in Canada, who would be watching pictures of China and having the same kind of dialogues and point of view about China and how they feel about the Chinese country. Do they feel more Canadian or more Chinese, and all those questions.
Well, there are a lot of Indians as well in USA and
I want to do
Canada.
about Indians too. Yeah, I'm going to do it's
Yeah.
the next one. After the Chinese community, I will do the Indian one.
Yeah, we are definitely looking forward to that.
Cool.
Thank you, Mott.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thanks
Mott.
you.
It was a great having podcast with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
So, guys, this was Mod, and Mod is a 360-degree. You must already know we had a podcast with her. She's a 360-degree movie maker, producer, director, actor, and she is doing a very challenging thing because making movie is really really easy, and she acted so well. Mere paas maa hai. This is amazing. This is amazing. People from all around the world are supporting the community, and we are trying to raise it, and we are trying to basically grow in India. And yeah, you guys must check out the Filamu, which is the movie made by Mott Clever. And this is me, Avid Vedi, signing off for now. Have a great time.